So if you are up with your little one at 2:33 for the day, it's probably not because you don't know how to sleep train. It's probably not because you don't have boundaries. It's probably not because you're a bad parent. It's probably because their little brains just truly could not sleep a second longer and they don't know how to get back to sleep.
If you are a mom or dad of an autistic kid, you better get comfortable with losing some sleep. That is part of this world. With that being said, because I've had obviously a ton of experience over Taven's lifetime where me and my wife were up, we're down. However, there have been some key things that have happened along the way that have changed everything. One of them, when Taven was like 1 to 3, it was insane bedtime. Like, he would be off the wall at bedtime. We used to do this thing where my wife would go into his bedroom and she would close the door and she would have to fall asleep leaning against the door so he couldn't get out because he wouldn't go to sleep, and he'd be up 22 out of 24 hours, and she would literally be asleep against the door as the only way to keep him safe and hope that she would stay asleep. That's how crazy. Now remember, when he turned 3, our doctor said that it was safe for him to take melatonin. So melatonin was our first step in our life. It was a vitamin. Obviously, you probably already know melatonin, natural remedy and whatnot, changed our life. Allowed Taven to regulate a lot. So a lot of that drama started to go down at that point. Now, there are still times where we had some crazy nights and up and down. When he got older and we had to start putting him on medications, we had a second thing that came into our life. He was put on a medication that he took only right before bed called trazodone. Trazodone is definitely an antipsychotic medication that has benefits for autistic kids, but specifically, it is like an immediate sleep inducer. So when Taven had rougher years in his teenage years where the melatonin kind of wasn't working, this medication allowed Taven to go to bed like that every single night and made, a drastic thing. Because remember, it's not just about us being up all night. It's about if Taven doesn't get good sleep, then the way he acts the next day is affected. So now, since he's tired, he has a bad day at school, a bad day at home. So sleep goes so much further than that. So those two things made a huge impact on our life. The melatonin at 3 and the trazodone later on when he was a teenager.